Yeah, very well. Welcome back. Yeah, how are you all? I hope you are all fine. Yeah, so this is our next lecture that is on quadratic equations. So today we are going to learn everything about quadratic equations, and probably if we have enough time we solve some questions regarding quadratic equations. So before we start, like our video, subscribe to our channel, comments and questions are very well appreciated. So quadratic equation, back to our topic. So quadratic equations, what do you understand from quadratic equations? Well, the thing we have to know about quadratic equation is any equation which has the highest power of 2. So as we say, the quadratic equation is any equation whose highest power is what? Is 2. Okay? So when we have a power of 1, that is linear equation, but in our subsequent lectures we will talk about linear equation, but since the demand is more on quadratic equations, so we have to look at it today. Now quadratic equation, as the equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, so looking at this, okay, this one, the highest power here is 2. This one is the power is 1, but this one is 2. So this can be referred to as a quadratic equation. So now when you come to solving quadratic equation, solving quadratic equation. Solving quadratic equation. So there are different methods of solving quadratic equation. One of the methods is by the formula. By the formula. And other method is by completing the square method. I like this method. Completing the square. Completing the square. And other method is by factorization. Factorization method. Okay, is there any other method? Yes, the graphical method. Graphical method. Yes, so these are some of the methods we use to solve quadratic. Equations. But now let's start from the formula. Now the formula, there is a formula called the mighty formula. Some will call it the quadratic formula. It's a very powerful formula. If we are in senior school, this is your topic. If you are at the college, you are going to be seeing this formula, even at university level. So let's learn how this formula, how do we get the formula? Okay? So the first thing we have to do is we have to solve this equation, that is ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So we have to let's learn how to derive the formula. You don't have to be cramming. We have passed the generation of cramming. Let's learn how the formula came about. So we are going to use this method, that is the completing square method, to get the formula. So here I am going to be writing some of these steps, some of the needed steps, the necessary steps. Okay, so once I write them, I may not need to write them in order examples coming. So the first step you have to do is step number 1. Step 1. Try to make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. Looking at here, the coefficient of x squared is what? Is a. Not so. The coefficient of x here is 1. Okay, so sorry, it's b, not 1. So let's try to make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. How can we make sure the coefficient of x squared is 1? That is by dividing everything by what? By a. Okay? So since we have ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, let's divide everything by a. By a. Can we divide 0 by a? Yes. 0 divided by a is just what? Is 0. So no need, right? So this a and this a can cancel out. We have x squared plus bx over a plus c over a all equals to 0. What is our next step? Step 2. Step 2, we can transpose the constant. This is a constant. That is why I say x squared plus bx over a is equals to. Now, this is just like a border. I always tell this to my students. When you cross the border, when you are a citizen in China, when you cross from another country, you become a foreigner there. So here you are positive. When you cross the equal sign, it becomes negative. It's equals to negative c over a. What is our next step there? What is our next step? Since we have this, we only cross this. So we are going to add. Oh, this is step. We are going to add half. Half means 1 over 2 times the coefficient of b. That is times the coefficient of x. That is the b we square it to both sides. That is, we are going to say this is x square plus bx over a plus, that means plus half 1 over 2 of what? The coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x? B over a whole square is equals to, we have negative c over a, good. So since we added here, we must add here. That is by saying 1 over 2 of b over a whole square. So since the blackboard is a bit small, now let me bring it here. Now this is going to be like x squared, right, plus bx over a plus. Now when we multiply this, 1 times b, I think it's b, over 2 times a, 2 times a is 2a. All square must give us, this is negative c over a plus, the same thing here, 1 times b is just b over 2a all square. So the rest here is just taking your time and combining the work, simplifying it. So here, what we are going to do, this is x squared, this is like a term square. So they are all squares, they can be termed as like terms. I can bring them together. So looking at this, the sign of this is plus. So when I'm going to bring them together, it's going to be x plus, which is, at this stage we are going to drop this term here. Okay? This is going to be b over 2a all square is equals to, this is negative c over a plus b square is just b over. Remember, this square is affecting both the 2 and the a. 2 square is 4 and this is going to be a square. Right? So what are we going to do? Good, b square. So in mathematics we can arrange this like x plus b over 2a all square must give us b square over 4a square minus a over c over a. Remember, this and this, they are all the same. I just arrange them to make sure that the negative comes the second. That is, the positive comes before the negative. Okay, so what can we do here? Now, our aim is to remove the square, right? Removing the square, we can take the square root of both sides. Square root of both sides. Oh, in fact, before taking the square root of both sides, I can manage these fractions here. This is the same thing as x plus b over 2a all square will give us, find the LCM of those two. The LCM is 4a square. 4a square into 4a square is 1. 1 times b square is b square minus a into 4a square. 1a will move with this a, so we are left with 4a. 4a times c is 4ac. So from here now we can work on removing the square. That is by taking the square root of both sides. Remember, square root goes with a plus or a minus. That is the plus and the minus. So square root cancels square, and we are left with x plus b over 2a must give us plus or minus. The square root of 4 we all know is 2. And a square is a perfect square. That is, the square root of a square is just a. So on top we are left with b square minus 4ac. Right? So next step, what are we going to do? That is the x. We want to know the x. So knowing the x, we can just what? We can transpose this. Right? So when you transpose this is just going to be, now when this moves to this side, it becomes minus b over 2a plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Now this is a fraction, and in fact they are having the same denominator, so we can just connect them, bring them together. So this is just going to be x must give us negative b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac all over 2a. This is the formula. This is the formula we are going to be using to solve, as it indicates here, solution methods. The first one is the formula. So now we've learned how to derive the formula. The formula is x is equals to negative b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac all over what? All over 2e. So from here, next lecture, we are going to be learning how to use the formula, how to apply the formula to solve some of the quadratic questions. Okay, so like our videos, comment, subscribe to our channel for more lectures coming. Thank you.